Assalamu alaikum everyone. So in this video we are going to learn what are complex numbers or imaginary numbers and what is the use of complex number. So basically we use real numbers to solve algebraic equations, but sometimes when we have different type of equations, for example when we have this equation, or we can say that this equation. So how we will solve this? So this cannot be done by using real number system, and such type of equations have no real roots. So how we use and how we solve this one? So complex numbers basically introduced to solve such types of equations, and we call them complex numbers and imaginary numbers as well. Okay, when we talk about how to define complex numbers, so how it will be defined as, how we can define complex numbers. Complex numbers basically are the sum of two numbers, and we can make a diagram like that. So the first number system, that is the real number system, and we are already familiar with the real number system. And the second one is known as the imaginary number system. So basically complex number is the sum of these two number systems, and we know that the real number further divided into rational and irrational. So how to express and how to represent complex number system, and we know that Z is used to represent complex number system, and when we write the expression like that, A plus iota B, so this is the representation of any complex number system. And here A and B are the real number system, but what is iota here? So basically iota represents imaginary number system, and iota is also equals to radical minus 1. So basic concept of the complex number system is that the expression something which is A plus iota B or something like that is known as complex number system. And also every real number have imaginary number as well as a zero imaginary number, like this, when we have A plus 0 iota. So this actually represents the combination of complex numbers, but here the imaginary number is 0. And also if we have something like that, A plus 0 iota, what does that means? This means that the every real number is a complex number with 0 as a imaginary number. Here A is a real part. So when we have something like that, we have a set of numbers, that is 3 and 2. So which one is a real number and which one is a complex number or imaginary number? Number on the first place is the real number, and the second number is known as the imaginary number. When we have two different sets of complex numbers, and how we find they are equal or not. So let's solve this one by one. So when we solve the Z1, this is the real part and this is the imaginary part. So this will be subtracted and it will be 5 minus, and that will be 2 3 6 iota. Okay, and when we solve Z2, here this is will be 5, and in place of radical 1, actually this is minus 1, radical minus 1, we can write iota here. So that means in place of radical minus 1 we replace iota, that will be plus 6 iota. Here we can see that the real part are same and the imaginary parts are also same, but the sign in between them is different, so we can say that z1 is not equals to z2. So this is the way to check whether two sets of complex numbers are equal or not. Now we learn how to add complex numbers. For example, we have a question 3 plus 7 iota plus 6 plus 9 iota. How we will add the complex number system. So this actually represents the real part of the system. So the real part will be added with the real part and the imaginary part will be added with the imaginary part. So that means 3 plus 6 will be equals to 9, and when we add 7 iota and 9 iota, that gives you 16 iota. So this is the way to add the complex numbers. And how to subtract complex numbers. For example, we have a question 6 plus 5 iota minus 4 plus 3 iota. The same way we have done in addition, the same way we will do here. So let's multiply this minus sign into this bracket and we will write these numbers as it is. 6 plus 5 iota, and there will be minus 4 and that will be minus 3 iota. And further the real part will be subtracted with the real part and the imaginary part will be subtracted with the imaginary part. So here 6 minus 4 is equals to 2, and here 5 and 3, 5 minus 3 will be equals to positive 2 iota. So this is the answer. Now we will learn how to multiply the complex number system. For example, we have z1 4 and 5 and z2 as 6 and 7, and we have to find the multiplication of z1 and z2. So first thing we have to remember that the other number, which is 5 here and 7 here, these two numbers are imaginary numbers here. So keeping this in the mind, we will solve, and according to that we will place the subtraction sign and the positive sign. So let's start by multiplying 4 with 6. So 4 and 6 are both are the real numbers, so we'll just simply write it as 4 multiplied by 6. And further what we will do here, we will multiply with the other number 5 with 7. So these two are imaginary numbers, and we know that there is a iota and there is a iota. That means the iota and iota will be iota square, and that gives you a negative sign here. Iota square is equals to, because we know that iota square equals to minus 1. So that means there will be a negative sign here, and further 5 will be multiplied with 7. Again we multiply this 4 with 7. So our real number is getting multiplied with the imaginary number, so we don't need to change the sign. We will just simply write 4 multiplied by 7, and further this 5 will be multiplied with this 6. So we will just write 5 multiplied by 6 here. So here 4 multiplied by 6 gives you 24, and minus, and here it will be 35. Further 4 multiplied by 7 will be equals to 28, and further that will be 30. And further what we will do here, we will just simply subtract them and simply add them. So 24 minus 35 will be equals to minus 11, and here 28 plus 30 will be 58. So this is the answer. But let's solve another example. Now let's solve this another example in which we have z1 as 1 plus 5 iota and z2 as 4 plus 3 iota. So how we will solve this, and we have to find the multiplication of z1 and z2. So let's write z1 is multiplying with z2, and we will write these numbers in the brackets. 1 plus 5 iota is getting multiplied with 4 plus 3 iota. Now how we will multiply that? Just simply first we will choose this number and we will multiply 1 with 4, and then again this one again will be multiplied with the other number, that is 3, and we will do the same with the 5 iota. So first 1 multiplied by 4 will be equals to simply 4, and then 1 multiplied by 3 will be equals to 3 iota, and 5 iota multiplied with 4 will be equals to 20 iota, and 5 iota will be multiplied with 3, that will be equals to 15 iota square, because 5 and 3 is 15 and iota multiplied with iota will be equals to iota square. So here we can see that these two are simply just iota, so we will just simply add them and we will write 4 as it is here. So this will be 3 plus 20 will be equals to 23 iota plus first convert this iota square, and we know that iota square is equals to -1, so that means this positive sign will be changed into negative sign here, and we will just simply write 15. Further, this 15 and this is 4, so that will be subtracted and that will be equals to 11, and that will be a negative 11 because this is negative, and we are left with 23 here. So this is the answer, and this is the way to multiply complex numbers. Now we will learn how to find the division of complex numbers. So we have z1 as 3 minus 7 iota and z2 as 2 plus 6 iota, and we have to find the z1 upon z2. So let's write z1 upon z2 as 3 minus 7 iota upon 2 plus 6 iota. Now further we will rationalize it. What is rationalization here? We will divide and multiply this denominator here, but we just simply change the sign which is in the between. Here it is positive, so we will convert this into negative. That means 2 minus 6 is getting multiplied and 2 minus 6 iota is also getting divided here. So further we will just multiply this. 3 multiplied by 2, this will equals to 6, and this 3 will be multiplied with this 6 iota, so that will be 18 iota. Further, this 7 iota will be multiplied with this 2, and that will be 14 iota, and here 7 iota is getting multiplied with this 6, and the negative sign is negative sign, so that means this is a positive here, and 7 multiplied by 6 will be equals to 42 iota square upon, same here, 2 multiplied by 2 will be 4, and this will be, so this will be a negative sign here, and 6 multiplied by 6 will be equals to 36 iota square, but again it will be converted into positive as well. So I'm just doing it step by step. So further what we can do here, let's convert this iota square into -1, because we know that iota square is equals to -1 here. So what we can do here, we just simply write this 6 as it is, and when we convert this iota square into -1, this will become negative 42. So this means that we can write this real part with this one here. Let's subtract separately, and we have this 18 iota and 14 iota, so this means that both will be added. We will do here, we will write as negative 32 iota upon, this will be 4, and this iota square will be -1, and that will become also positive here, so that will be 36 just. Further what we can do here, we will just simply subtract this one. 6 minus 42 will be equals to 36, negative 36, and it is negative 32 here upon 4 plus 36 will be just simply 40 here. So let's rewrite the imaginary and the real part separately. So we can write minus 36 upon 40 and minus 32 iota upon 40. Further we can see that this can be cancelled, right? So that will be 9 and that will be 10, and this one is also 4 and that will be 5 here. So that will minus 9 upon 10 minus iota, and that will be 4 upon 5. So this is the way to find the division of complex numbers. I hope this will clear your concepts about the complex number system, and if you like the video, please do subscribe to my channel and share this video with your friends as well. Thank you and Allah Hafiz.